Just Meghan Markle's stage. We're expected to buy it. But she said she was in the trenches. She alludes to being in the trenches when she was in the British royal family. Girl, you lived in a castle. Like, you got a princess title. People were falling at your feet.
There are people who come in your life sometimes to be there for a season. They weren't meant to be there always. Sometimes we find ourselves hooked up with people that we think are there for a lifetime, but they were only supposed to be there for a season.
Tyler Perry just dropped a nuclear bomb, and the shockwaves are rattling both Hollywood and Buckingham Palace. The billionaire mogul, once hailed as the savior of Harry and Meghan, has unleashed secret tapes so explosive they confirm every suspicion we've had about the couple's carefully orchestrated manipulation. The impact? Immediate. Within hours, Prince Harry was scrambling, boarding a plane in what looked like pure panic, racing back to the UK like a man on fire. Rewind. To the chaos. When Harry and Meghan blew up the royal rulebook, set the media ablaze, and turned their backs on tradition, it wasn't the monarchy that stepped in. Not Charles. Not William. Not even a close friend. No, it was Tyler Perry, the Hollywood billionaire, the ultimate fixer with a private jet, a fortress-like mansion, and a security team rivaling the Secret Service. He wasn't just a lifeline. He was a real-life guardian angel with unlimited power, and now he's turned the tables.
Meghan Markle recently said that you reached out to her and said, come, you can live in my home.
Stay in my house.
Yeah, it was a very difficult time for them. And what I know about the two of them, and I wish the world knew how much they love these two people love each other. They found each other out of all these odds against them finding each other, they found each other. And the love that they have is really, really moving. And I just wanted to do anything I could to support them.
Tyler Perry didn't just open his doors. He handed over his Beverly Hills estate, transforming it into something far more than a safe house. It became the Sussex Sanctuary, a fortress sealed off from the relentless flash of cameras, royal aides, and screaming tabloid headlines. For months, it was ground zero for Harry, Meghan, and baby Archie as they mapped out the blueprint of their fosse. Post-royal reinvention, Perry didn't just give them a home. He gave them his name, his reputation, and a loyalty so fierce it was almost unshakable. Meghan was so moved by his generosity that she honored him with the Godfather title for their daughter Lilibet, a gesture that, in royal terms, borders on sacred. That isn't just gratitude, that's a vow etched in stone. But what came next wasn't some fairy tale happy ending. It was pure Hollywood alchemy, the kind of polished, high-stakes image rehab that burns through millions and demands entire armies of PR tacticians. Harry and Meghan didn't just stumble into their new narrative. They engineered it with the precision of master strategists, and Tyler Perry became their unsuspecting ace in the deck.
To them, and he helped them out with no fanfare, and that's what he does continuously. He regularly gives to charities, provides aid to disaster sites, buys groceries for families. Shoot, he even took the vaccine on TV to prove it was safe.
The Netflix cameras rolled right on cue, capturing just the right angles, the perfect lighting, and those carefully timed. Voice cracks from Meghan as she recalled Tyler's generosity. Every frame was meticulously crafted to present him as the hero in their royal escape story. The lighting was soft, the music stirring, and the narrative unmistakable. Tyler Perry wasn't just a friend. He was family. The man who stood up when the monarchy turned its back. But what viewers didn't see behind those polished scenes tells a far more calculated story. Insiders from the production have revealed that these spontaneous moments weren't spontaneous at all. Multiple takes were filmed for every on-camera tribute to Tyler. Meghan rehearsed her emotional expressions in the mirror like an actress prepping for her biggest role. Harry had his talking points locked down, the abandonment by his royal bloodline versus the warmth of his chosen family. Nothing was ad-libbed, nothing left to chance. The brilliance and the manipulation came in how they positioned Tyler, while Charles and William were portrayed as cold, Institutional figures. Tyler was the emotional contrast, generous, open, and safe. It made their royal exit feel less like a fall from grace and more like a calculated upgrade. Tyler Perry became their proof, their living, breathing argument that they didn't need the crown because Hollywood's elite offered something far more valuable. But just when the narrative seemed bulletproof, reality cracked the veneer. Enter Derek Dixon's $260 million lawsuit, a legal bombshell that alleged Tyler's empire was built on a toxic workplace where power corrupted and careers were crushed. Overnight, Perry's golden glow dimmed. The media turned. And Meghan? Her reaction was swift and cold. Watch.
Tyler Perry tonight facing a multi-million-dollar lawsuit by an actor who claims years of. The lawsuit, asking for $260 million, was filed by actor Derek Dixon, who was part of the BET series The Oval.
Asterisk. The digital erasure began with surgical precision. Photos of Tyler at Lilibet's christening vanished from Instagram as if they'd never existed. Posts lovingly referring to Uncle Tyler were quietly archived or wiped clean. Even official mentions of his Godfather title were stealthily removed from press releases and biographies. It wasn't subtle. It was swift, complete, and absolutely ruthless. But the internet is never truly erased, and eagle-eyed royal watchers caught on fast. Social media lit up with side-by-side screenshots showing the vanishing act in real time. Soon, #WHER East Tyler was trending. Fans and critics alike realized they weren't just seeing a PR move. They were witnessing a deliberate rewriting of history. And the most chilling part? It happened almost instantly. This wasn't a slow fade or gentle distancing. It was a full-on severing, a cold, calculated amputation done in the name of self-preservation. Panic doesn't plan, but Meghan's team clearly did. What they may not have counted on, though, was that Tyler Perry didn't build a billion-dollar empire by leaving loose ends. He had safeguards in place. Ironclad ones. Buried deep in the residency agreement Harry and Meghan signed, a document most would skim, was a clause custom-built for fallout. If either party publicly disavowed the other, the non-breaching side had full legal rights to release whatever context was necessary to defend their reputation. In plain English, if Meghan wiped Tyler from the narrative, he was free to unleash the receipts. Not vague subtweets or cryptic interviews, full disclosure. Documents, recordings, behind-the-scenes footage. The kind of raw, unfiltered truth that would make their polished Netflix doc look like child's play. And here's the twist. Harry had been documenting everything from the start, not as a threat, not of malice, but because in Hollywood, where power shifts fast and loyalty is currency, smart players record their moves. It's not personal. It's business.
Meghan Markle, meet the truth. Truth, meet Meghan Markle. I don't think you know each other. In fact, I fear that you're complete strangers.
Conversations Tyler Perry witnessed during those pivotal months are nothing short of gold. A masterclass in how Harry and Meghan truly operate behind the scenes. He wasn't just playing host. He was the silent observer to late-night strategy sessions, heated debates over interview revelations, and carefully worded plans to milk the victim narrative without seeming too calculated. In that safe space, the mask slipped. And Perry saw it all. But now sources say he's not just upset, he's strategically furious. This isn't petty revenge. This is business warfare. And Tyler Perry didn't build a billion-dollar empire by playing nice. The leaked audio clip wasn't some unfortunate slip or clumsy security mishap. It was a loaded warning shot, a taste of what's to come. In that brief clip alone, Meghan is heard discussing how to calibrate sympathy, while Harry vents about Netflix not pushing his preferred content. But insiders say that's just the appetizer. Perry has over 17 hours of recordings, complete, with annotated transcripts and footage that could tear down the entire post-royal narrative brick by brick. And he's not dumping it all at once. He understands timing is everything. Each clip is a chess move, part of a long game designed to expose how deeply Harry and Meghan manipulated his kindness for their own gain. What makes it even more damning? Some of the most explosive material was captured when the couple thought no cameras were on, unfiltered, unguarded, and raw. Their reputation is already hanging by a thread. If even a fraction of these recordings leak, it could deliver the final blow. But the true crisis isn't just reputational anymore. It's financial, and the numbers are brutal. That hyped $100 million Netflix deal? Insiders now say it's closer to $20 million, and the contract is quietly set to expire this year. With underperforming content and dwindling public interest, renewal is looking more like a pipe dream than a plan.
The Sussexes an ultimatum: make more content or don't get paid. The streaming service has told the couple they have to come up with another show if they want to receive $60 million.
Arkewell Productions, once touted as the crown jewel of Harry and Meghan's post-royal empire, is now hemorrhaging cash. Flagship projects like Heart of Invictus and Polo have flopped, falling far short of the viewership benchmarks Netflix expected. According to industry insiders, the streaming world is shifting gears, moving from massive exclusive contracts to leaner first-look deals. If the couple is lucky enough to get renewed, they're staring down a massive pay cut. But money isn't just drying up, it's bleeding out. Their lavish $14.65 million Montecito mansion comes with a $288,000 annual property tax bill. Add in a reported $2 million per year in private security, mortgage payments, staff salaries, and the image upkeep that comes with Hollywood royalty, and it's clear they're spending far more than they're bringing in. The clearest signal of financial distress? Mass staff cuts. Since 2020, up to 25 staffers have reportedly been let go, not just assistants, but key players like communications leads, Charlie Gibson and Kyle Booya. This isn't strategic trimming. This is survival mode. One royal. Source didn't hold back. They go through staff like toilet paper. Milk lasts longer than their employees. That pattern of instability reveals a deeper truth. They no longer have the infrastructure to support the brand they've built. And with Tyler Perry's potential exposed looming and their financial runway shrinking by the day, the fairy tale is unraveling fast. What once felt like a glamorous new beginning is now looking more like the beginning of the end. And then there's With Love, Meghan. The lifestyle docuseries that was supposed to reframe Meghan as a modern-day Martha Stewart has instead become a lightning rod for ridicule. Faced with criticism over everything from her $700 Le Creuset cookware to her glaring lack of culinary credentials, Meghan reportedly scoffed, "This is a thing in 2025? That reaction said it all. Her surprise at being held accountable reveals a mindset shaped by applause, not authenticity. She expects praise on demand and disappears the moment real feedback shows up. It's not just tone deaf, it's emblematic of her entire approach to public life. Take the spotlight, reject the scrutiny. Poll numbers back it up. A brutal May 2025 YouGov survey shows Meghan's favorability in the UK has plummeted to just 20%, with 65% expressing negative views, the lowest on record since tracking began in 2017. And it's not just a British problem anymore. In the US, where you'd expect home turf sympathy, 46% now view her unfavorably. The timing isn't a coincidence. Every time a real crisis hits, Meghan vanishes. When Tyler Perry needed public loyalty, she was silent. When her own projects Drew fire, she offered no meaningful response, just shocked that people dared to question her. That vanishing act is now bleeding into her career in ways that even a good PR team can't salvage. Season 2 of With Love, Meghan is reportedly in trouble. Test screenings have bombed. Reactions described as worse than lukewarm, with even her core audience tuning out. Netflix execs are said to be panicking. Her podcast with Lemonada Media, originally slated for this year, has now been quietly pushed to 2025, the official line, scheduling. But insiders say the truth is far more damaging. It's reputational damage control. When your name alone is enough to stall production, you're in dangerous territory. Sources close to several Hollywood investors confirm it. Backers are pulling out of Meghan-associated projects, citing one reason: reputational risk. And this time, it's not just whispers. It's action. Just hours after Tyler Perry's now infamous Bet Awards comments, the dominoes began to fall fast. A Netflix pitch lost key support, and one investor flatly stated, "I don't want to be involved in something that feels this toxic." But the most damaging element? Meghan's tone-deaf response to growing criticism. When asked on the Aspire, with Emma Agreed podcast what she'd change about how the public views her, she replied, "I would ask people to tell the truth." That line didn't land, it exposed. It revealed a mindset where blame lies only with the audience, never her own actions. In Meghan's world, it's not about reflection, it's about deflection. Reality hit hard this week, crashing headfirst into that wall of denial. Multiple outlets confirm that Harry and Meghan axed their entire external PR team, including both Sunshine Sachs Sydney and London Arms. For a brand built on image, this move is a financial fire alarm. Meghan had once invested millions into crisis managers and curated content strategies, podcasts, glossy documentaries, Instagram campaigns. Now they're tearing down the very scaffolding that held the image aloft. It's like pawning the chandelier to keep the lights on. Gone are the seasoned pros who handled global backlash. In their place, an overwhelmed in-house assistant with zero crisis experience. The optics aren't just bad, they're catastrophic. Why now? According to insiders close to their accountant, the Sussexes are staring down an 8-figure cash cliff. Their $14.65 million Montecito estate waits for no Netflix renewal. Contractors, nannies, gardeners, private chefs all expect prompt payment. With Spotify gone and Netflix signaling no future 9-figure deals, the monthly burn rate became unmanageable. Cutting PR might save hundreds of thousands, but it guts their only real product, narrative control. Without professional steering. The response: every future scandal, Perry's leaks, tax filings, staff invoices, will explode unbuffered. The layoffs also coincide with a troubling detail. ArcUO's latest tax filings show donations down nearly 30% year over year. And unrestricted grants, their spendable cash, dropping even faster. In the nonprofit world, that's not just bad. That's iceberg territory. First, donations dry up. Then the keynote invitations vanish. Soon, creditors start asking hard questions. Meghan, once hailed as a branding mastermind, is now being quietly labeled a diminishing asset. Streaming. Execs murmur about audience fatigue. One too many slow-motion chicken montages, and viewers have simply moved on. Even brands that once flocked to Sussex endorsements are calculating the risk. One more leaked audio clip, and their logo could be caught in the crossfire. Inside the Montecito estate, morale is cratering. Survivors of the staff cull describe a paranoid atmosphere with fresh NDA clauses appearing in revised job descriptions. The only thing growing here, one insider joked, is the legal team. Meanwhile, Prince Harry is reportedly lobbying old friends at Invictus for speaking fees. A stark contrast to the days when corporations lined up to throw blank checks at anything carrying their brand. Slashing the Combs team may help this quarter's spreadsheet, but it obliterates future damage control. With no professional voice left to manage the fallout, every leaked photo, every behind-the-scenes clip, every rumor becomes a runaway train. And when Tyler Perry releases the next damning recording, and he will, the only people left to spin it will be the very duo who spun their brand into this crisis to begin with. And so, the final scene begins. Prince Harry, the royal rebel, who torched every bridge to build his Hollywood legacy, is now frantically booking flights back to the UK like his life depends on it. Tyler Perry, once their guardian angel, has become the avenging ghost. Armed with 17 hours of explosive recordings, he's triggered a collapse that no PR script can salvage. Meghan and Harry have no allies left, no safe houses, and no narrative to hide behind. This isn't a homecoming. It's a retreat. A prince who chased fame in California is now running home with his tail between his legs, proving one hard truth: you can leave the palace, but you can't outrun the past.